This morning, we're talking about strategies for how to buy commercial real estate. Our next guests have come up with a blueprint that they teach millennials. Joining me now are Ramel Newells, and he's the commercial real estate investor, and real estate investor and coach Derek Boone. Welcome, guys.
Hey, thank you for having us.
Wonderful to have you in. So let's jump in. What are some strategies that you kind of tag team with what you do, right? Talk to us about it.
So we pretty much buy real estate. I'm buying more in a residential, so duplexes, triplexes, 4 units, and he does more to 5 units and older commercial storage facilities. But one of the things we do it in like a step 1, step 2 phase. So the residential, as you know, is a little smaller, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 houses. But when we get into those, we either flip those or rent them out. Take that profit that we make and then go into the bigger deals where we buy commercial units and things like that, because it's an easier barrier entry, and then you can have that experience to get more approved and more accustomed to get into the bigger deals.
I see.
Yeah,
okay.
so we take them through a step-by-step process, like you said, so we can get into single families, 4 families, but now my strategy is to show you how to take that experience and capital to go buy self-storage facilities. So typically you would think about extra space storage, public storage, but we target independent mom and pop owners, and we teach them no money down strategies. So, you know, SBA is one of the platforms that we use, one of the government funding programs that we teach them how to qualify, go through underwriting process, how to find these deals, and ultimately fund their freedom. That's our goal, is to teach all of our aspiring real estate investors how to fund their freedom.
So talk to us about the difference in the world of when you talk about residential and then you're talking these commercial properties, so people can kind of understand what the difference is between those two things.
Yeah, so residential is pretty much 4 units and under. And then once you automatically go to commercial when you go to 5 units and over. So one of the main differences is lending. So some lenders will not give loans for anything over 4 units. So like, for example, one of the main things people can tap into is FHA. FHA is a loan product that you only have to put down 3.5%, but it stops at 4 units. So anything over 4 units is considered commercial, and you have to get a commercial loan, conventional loan, things like that. So that's one of the main differences, and also it's a lot easier to get into and involved as lower down payments. So we utilize different strategies where we use lenders where the lender may say you have to put down 10% or FHA 3.5%. It's a lot easier for people to come up. That might be $5,000, it may be $20,000 for them to come up with, and then we utilize other strategies, which we'll get into, to come up with that $20,000 that's not coming directly out your checking account, but from other strategies we have.
Now, in order to be, profitable and successful in something like this, you kind of have to lean on the lenders a bit, right, to help you. So can you give us some insight as to what the lenders are looking for, or what they're typically looking for? Because sometimes it feels like, especially some people may say, like, I don't even know what they're looking at when they look at my stuff.
Yeah, so it's very important. We teach looking at your credit profile. So most people may say, hey, I have a 700 credit score, but the banks are not looking at the score. They're looking at the profile, and we teach the different data points. So for example, they want to see that you have a mix of different accounts on your profile. So you can have student loans, credit cards, car loan, auto loans. How do you diversify your credit and how you manage it? That's just one data point. Another data point could be how long you've had credit established. So we teach and train all of our mentees, all of our people that come into our program to make sure that we keep our accounts open, right? How do we leverage authorized users? And then the last point will also be how much you've made your payments on time, right? Because if you miss a payment, that's a bad look. So we want to make sure that you make your payments on time, over time, and those are just a few data points that we'll break down that the lenders look for specifically to make sure you're qualified.
Now, real quick before we go, talk to us a little bit about how you're teaching and helping these people. Is it through what type of program? Online? Give us a little bit of insight there.
I'm excited that you asked that question, right? So we actually came together and we put together a virtual conference, a big virtual conference. It's called Fund Your Freedom, where over Zoom, right? And the reason why we decided to do it on Zoom is because we wanted to reach more people, right? And when we have done in-person conferences, it's tough for people to travel in, you have to catch a flight, people have to take off of work, where you can sit in the comfort of your home and log in on Zoom and be able to get this information. So we put together this 5-day virtual conference where every single day we're walking you through how to fill out your credit applications, right? How to make sure that you build your credit profile, how to find these deals, and everything that you need to ultimately buy commercial real estate.
Powerful.
It's really great, and I wish we had more time to really dive deeper into this, but if you're looking for more information, thank you guys so much for coming in this morning. If you'd like to learn more, sign up for their email list. Head to letsfundyourfreedom.com. The website is right there on your screen.